Most people never think about their liver, maybe the morning after one too many drinks, when the body sends an unpleasant reminder. Generally, we treat this organ like the quiet soul of the household, the one that cleans up the mess in the background without ever complaining. But those who truly understand how the body works know this. The liver isn't a garbage can. It's a masterfully engineered filtration system and the absolute command center of your entire metabolism. When this machine starts breaking down, the whole system collapses, and most people tell themselves, "I barely drink, my liver is fine." That's a fatal mistake. The uncomfortable truth is that many of us are destroying our most vital organ without even realizing it, right at the dinner table, with things the food industry actually markets as light or healthy. Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, meaning a fatty liver with zero alcohol involved, is today a far more widespread health problem than the classic beer drinker's cirrhosis. So while many people are unknowingly slowing down their own metabolism, wondering why their energy keeps vanishing and why stubborn weight just won't budge, let's look at the real culprits today. Those who have this knowledge are a decisive step ahead of most people. Here are 5 silent everyday destroyers that are quietly breaking down your liver and how to bring it back to life. Let's start with the biggest offender of all, a massive overload of fructose, otherwise known as fruit sugar. A landmark study from 2009 showed that fructose triggers what doctors call de novo lipogenesis. Think of it like a magic machine inside your liver that converts sugar directly into pure fat. And with fructose, that machine runs at full throttle. Why is this so dangerous? Think of your body as a giant city. When you eat regular glucose, ordinary sugar, it's like electricity from a power plant. Almost every building in the city, your muscles, your brain, your organs, can use that power. Glucose gets consumed everywhere. With fructose, it's completely different. Fructose has what you could call an exclusive VIP pass that goes directly to the liver. No other organ really wants it or can do anything useful with it. When a large amount of fructose arrives at the liver, it ignores the bouncer who would normally say, "Stop, we've got enough sugar, let's burn the rest." Fructose just storms in and takes the fast lane straight into fat production. The liver has to process this fructose immediately, and doing so drains a tremendous amount of cellular energy. It's like an engine completely overheating. As a byproduct of all this chaos, a massive amount of uric acid gets generated. The liver reads this as a full-blown emergency. It tells itself, "Disaster. We need to build emergency reserves right now." So it frantically packages the sugar into fat bundles, either ships them into the bloodstream or, when it can't keep up, just stacks the fat directly inside its own cells. That's how fatty liver develops. But it gets worse. The uric acid produced acts like acid on metal. It causes your cells to rust from the inside, which we call oxidative stress, and it triggers inflammation. The tiny power plants inside your liver cells start breaking down because they can no longer keep up with the workload. What started as a little accumulated fat slowly turns into scar tissue. The wild thing is, fructose is everywhere today. It makes up half of ordinary table sugar. Fruit contains it too, of course, but fruit brings its own built-in antidote in the form of fiber that slows absorption, like sugar dripping through a coffee filter. The real problem is the hidden fructose in processed foods, where it's dumped in quietly as pure syrup, completely unnoticed, which brings us seamlessly to number 2, sugary drinks. They are the single biggest source of this fructose tsunami. Imagine drinking a standard can of soda. You're sending an astronomical amount of sugar into your system within minutes. It's like trying to water a small houseplant with a fire hose. Your liver gets completely flooded, far faster than it would ever happen if you had to chew and digest an actual apple. It is completely overwhelmed. The second massive problem with liquid calories is your brain. Your brain has a built-in fullness sensor for your stomach. When you eat a plate of pasta, that sensor eventually signals, "Stop, tank is full, I'm satisfied." With soda, that sensor is blind. You take in the calories of an entire meal, but your brain doesn't register it and lets you eat a whole pizza afterward anyway. You're just stacking those liquid calories on top of everything else. The combination of that enormous sugar wave and all the extra calories is an absolute disaster for your liver. Studies clearly show that people who drink a lot of sugary beverages have far more fat in the liver and far more damaged liver cells. And don't be fooled, this applies to many fruit juices too, because pressing removed the coffee filter, meaning the healthy fiber, and you're drinking from the fire hose again. Sweetened coffees, energy drinks, and iced teas are part of this as well. They spike your insulin through the roof but deliver absolutely no building blocks, no vitamins, no protein. They're just empty packages the liver has to laboriously unpack and store as fat, putting it in a permanent state of chronic stress. Number 3 might surprise you because it's often marketed as light or healthy: hidden carbohydrates and modified starches. Studies are increasingly showing that a diet stuffed with these starches causes the liver to accumulate fat. Why? Think of your nutrients as fuel for a stove. There's good, long-burning firewood like healthy fats, and there's paper that burns extremely fast like modified starch. Carbohydrates aren't inherently bad. The body needs some glucose, but it's like heating your house. If you throw 30 sheets of paper onto one log, you get a burst of flame and the stove overheats. In the past, humans ate carbohydrates in small, natural quantities. Today, with all the fast food and prepackaged meals, the proportions have completely exploded. You'll find this cheap starch almost everywhere, in ready-made salad dressings, sugar-free ketchup, gravy sauces, or hyped protein puddings. This extreme overload is an alarm signal for the body. In such quantities, modified starches act like small arsonists inside the body. They drive insulin up mercilessly, block ketosis, and promote inflammation, especially in the sensitive liver. On top of that, a constant excess of sugar is extremely aggressive. When your blood is constantly flooded with it, the sugar reacts with your own body proteins. Imagine heating sugar in a pan. It caramelizes, becomes sticky, hardens. Something chemically similar happens inside your body through what's called glycation. Harmful compounds form that act like sandpaper inside your blood vessels and liver, damaging cells at a deep level. And because the liver is completely overwhelmed by this rapid influx of energy, it has to convert the starch directly into fat. It gets fatty from the inside. Even though the industry sells us these starches as harmless additives, it's extremely smart to be cautious here. Swap out products with these hidden carb bombs on the ingredient list for fresh whole foods and stable fats like good olive oil, avocado oil, or a piece of real butter. Let's move straight to number 4. This is one almost nobody thinks about. When you eat, specifically eating late at night or in the middle of the night, think of your liver as a big factory. This factory runs in shifts, governed by your internal clock. During the day shift, when the sun is out, the factory is in full production mode, receiving nutrients, sorting them, distributing energy. During the night shift, when you sleep, the gates close. The cleaning crew comes in. The machines get serviced, small damages get repaired, waste gets removed, and blood sugar gets stabilized for the night. If you stuff yourself with a big snack at midnight, it's like a massive delivery truck crashing through the factory gates right at the moment the cleaning crew is mopping the floor. The day shift workers aren't there. Nobody is ready to properly process the incoming nutrients. In a panic, the night workers shove everything into the back of the warehouse, and that means it gets stored directly as fat in the liver. Studies clearly confirm this. Eating late disrupts the liver's entire rhythm. Someone who piles up their calories in the evening has significantly more liver fat than someone eating the same amount earlier, around noon. The fix is simple. Give your liver clocking out time. Close the factory gates 2 to 3 hours before sleep. Try to fit all your meals into a 10 to 12 hour window during the day. That way, the overnight cleaning crew in your liver finally has enough time to scrub everything clean and make the necessary repairs. And now for number 5, simple but critically important, chronic overeating. Imagine you go grocery shopping every day, but you always buy just a tiny bit more than you can fit in your cabinets. At first, you barely notice. You set the extra pasta on top of the shelf, but after 1 year, after 2 years, the entire apartment is overflowing. That's exactly what your liver does. Your liver is the emergency storage depot for excess energy. If you eat just a tiny bit more than you burn each day, maybe just an extra latte or a small muffin, that energy has to go somewhere. First, it settles into belly fat. Then the liver starts storing the surplus as fat too. It becomes your body's junk room. Over time, the liver gets so stuffed with fat bundles that its actual machines can no longer function. It becomes inflamed and scarred. And what's insidious about it is that you don't need massive binge eating episodes. It's this quiet, barely visible little excess across perfectly ordinary days that accumulates over the years. When the waistband starts digging in and the belly keeps growing, you can be almost certain your liver has been growing right along with it. But here's the truly great news. This process is not a one-way street. When you start losing a little weight, and we're not talking about a runway model figure, just 5 to 10% of your body weight, the liver fat melts like butter in the sun. the inflammation subsides. The liver literally takes a breath and begins recovering immediately. You just need to put all the puzzle pieces together: less soda, less sugar, fewer carbs, breaks between meals, and just a tiny bit less on the plate. The common thread running through all 5 of these liver destroyers is that they're all considered perfectly normal today. Nobody bats an eye if you order a Coke with dinner, fry things in cheap oil, eat chips at 11 at night, or pile your plate high at a buffet until you're about to burst. But normal doesn't mean healthy. What passes for a regular Tuesday is precisely why so many people have a wrecked liver without ever having touched a drop of alcohol. The good news is you're not helpless. You're in the driver's seat. You can drink water instead of soda. You can cook with olive oil. You can keep the refrigerator closed at night. The sad part is that the liver is a very quiet organ. It doesn't complain when it's suffering. You feel no pain when it's getting fatty. By the time you actually notice you're constantly exhausted or the doctor sounds the alarm, the damage is often already done. That's precisely why you need to act now. Even if you feel completely fine right now, if you're eating late at night or drinking a lot of sweet beverages, your liver is stacking fat at this very moment. But what's wonderful about your liver is that it forgives you for almost everything. It's the superhero among organs. Give it the chance, and it can heal and regenerate almost completely on its own. You just have to stop punching it in the face every single day. You now know the real hidden enemies of your liver. You know they're not exotic poisons, or they're the small daily habits. The only question left is, starting today, are you going to help your internal cleaning crew before the damage becomes too great to undo? Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel to discover even more content just like this one.